and to have you part of this live session for big European events. I know many of you were part of the first ever Digital German Night with more than 2,500 views. And it's so exciting to be now with all of you and to have our big European events for tonight's live session, part of it. So we have the European Conference 2021, and we also have the Euro-Asian Business Conference, because as we all know, after the conference is before the conference. And we are so excited to have great speakers with you tonight. And I will just hand it over to my wonderful co-host, Manuela, for this evening and for JCI Europe Live Big European Events. Manuela, here we go.
Thank you very much, dear Ruth, for all the introduction. I'm also really happy, like you, about the guests that we have tonight for the big events and the two big sessions that we have. As you said, yeah, we just had finished the first online European conference with the Irish taste. And yeah, the closing is almost the start of the next European session. And this will also be a first on a cruise ship. So it's really exciting. And I think we should, yeah, go then very soon into this. And also the Euro-Asian Business Forum is a first. So it's fantastic to see how also Corona can support ideas and to make them happen. For tonight, for the European conference, we have 5 people in the call, actually even 6. It's the conference director, Ole Meulenkamp, the programs director, Jefa Johansson, and from the 3 countries, 3 cities, harbors that the conference cruise will enter. Also Simona from JCI Sweden, Morgan from JCI Denmark, and Nora from JCI Norway. For the Euro-Asian Business Forum, we have from JCI Russia, Grigory Gorchakov, he is the conference director, and Olga Kaustova, who will be, or he is the director for international projects of JCI Russia. So then let's start with the European Conference Cruise with this very exciting event. And I'm really curious to hear from Ole and the team what you have planned for the next year for us.
Thank you, Manuela. Let's start with a short video.
It's really sad we couldn't meet in Dublin this year. But how about next year in Germany? Please join us at EC 2021 in Moscow.
And be part of a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Visiting Gothenburg,
Oslo, and Copenhagen. One ship,
€1,
a special venue,
special conference,
all in one boat.
connecting people and nations. We're all in this together.
More than ever before. Uncertain times require a strong commitment. And every plan needs a backup.
We are working on it.
For JCI and for you. See you in Rostock from June the 8th to June the 12th, 2021.
Yeah, ahoy. My name is Ole Meulenkamp and I am one of the 4 conference directors, and together with some fellow sailors from all over Europe, I would like to give you a brief preview of 2021 JCI European Conference Cruise. Right from the very beginning, many JCI chapters are involved in our project. In Germany and, of course, in Gothenburg, Oslo and Copenhagen. Our thematic focus is partnerships for our future. Partnerships are important to achieve goals, no matter if you look at business, friendships, cities, or even countries. It's human to engage in partnerships. So let's celebrate partnerships on our partnership. And what will happen during our cruise next year? will be introduced by Gefa and the harbor teams. So Gefa, let's start in the Hanseatic city of Rostock. Gefa?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, I'm very sorry. I was muted. So yeah, welcome everybody. Hopefully not only in front of the screens today, but later next year on our cruise ship. So as Ole mentioned, we will start in Rostock, Warnemünde. I guess for some language or foreign language people, it's difficult to speak, but Rostock, it's quite easy, and you will find it on a map. So we will cruise through the Baltic Sea, and we try to give you a brief introduction or a brief picture and overview what we are planning currently for you and the cruise ship. What I need to say before is we are very good in our plans and program development, but due to the Corona crisis, there are some, let's say, stops or later points on our timeline. So not everything is fixed until now, because especially some big companies are a bit say sensitive on their budget, but nevertheless, I'm pretty sure we will present an extraordinary program to you. So first of all, we will start in Rostock. There are some pre-tours, as I know, especially for the senators, but from some other countries too. But maybe we start with the day before the cruise ship will leave the harbor in Rostock. Yes, so we decided to have some, let's say, headlines for every day and every program. So the headline for the day in Rostock will be Hanseatic League and Partnerships, as this is a tradition for Rostock for the first, and our headline for the whole cruise conference. So, and with this headline, we are talking to companies like Neptun Werft, Liebherr Cranes, Reederei Leis, it's a ship producer, Rostock Ports Authority, the University of Rostock, and FC Hansa Rostock, which is a soccer team, yeah, and very successful. So questions we would like to think about or to discuss, whether in panel discussions with keynote speakers, with company visits, or what else, would be what can we learn from the traditional institution, Hanseatic League? So what are the current challenges in trading? What is necessary to establish as a sustainable trade system? What is the world economic effect after the Corona crisis? A very special question, and I hope next year we are, we are in the new normal, and can start with new energy. And how do changes in digitalization affect trade and consumer behavior? So this is a program in Rostock we are focused on. On the right top, you can see here in the presentation, this is a JCI official conference program on board for day 1 to 5. So it's, I think it's what you expect. It starts with an opening ceremony and ends with a farewell brunch, everything you need on a very good conference. The challenge is to have the separation between the daytime program in the harbor and the conference program on board. I come back to this later on. So after the starting point in Rostock, we will arrive in Gothenburg.
Thank you, Gieva. My name is Simona, and I am the project manager of Team Harbor Gothenburg. And we're going to be welcoming you to the Swedish West Coast Pearl, Gothenburg. Gothenburg is the biggest city, second biggest city in Sweden, and we're known for a sustainable way of living. Gothenburg was named as the most sustainable city in the world for a few years in a row now. And during the program of the day 2, we'll be exploring how big companies in Gothenburg are embracing the sustainable way of working, starting from how they work to the products they're offering to the customers. And of course, we're going to enjoy beautiful fika with the kanelbullar and everything that comes with it. Welcome to Gothenburg.
Thank you very much, Simona. So after the day in Gothenburg and a great program where we explored the city, we are back on board. And what is the topic of this day? It's quite close to our JCI ideas, the mission, partnerships for our future. So question we focus on could be why and how are partnerships essential for the future of our society and our business? What is the responsibility and commitment from everyone who is involved? How to create reliable partnerships? How can we find, define and achieve shared objectives? What are the do's and don'ts? And which partnership would add value to your activities? I think these questions are not only valuable in case of JCI and to all our JCI projects and activities, but it's also important for all our business lives. And maybe something like public-private partnership shows that you can be successful in different areas of life and society. And we want to discuss and discover these questions during the day. That means before and after the day in Gothenburg. So, and after leaving Gothenburg, we are going further to Oslo.
Yes, hello everybody. My name is Nora. I'm the project director for Harbor Team in Oslo. So on day 3, we will welcome you to Oslo, which is the capital of Norway. Here you can find the Royal Palace, the Nobel Peace Center, and also a very multicultural city. So we will focus on several things in Oslo. First of all, of course, our nature. Oslo is one of the greenest cities, and you can find the recreation areas only 15 minutes from the city center. Nordic culture will be also a topic. We have a lot of new cultural buildings and exhibits right in the harbor, amongst others the Opera House, where you can walk on the roof right at the harbor, a new national library, a new national gallery, and also a monk museum, which is new. So all of these you can access directly from the city center. And also Oslo is a very technological city, which means Norway has, amongst others, the highest amount of electrical vehicles in the world. So we will explore some of these topics also with companies which are focusing on in these areas. So we're very much looking forward to welcoming you to Oslo next year.
Thank you very much. So, and before and after exploring Oslo, we will talk and have about the vision, digitalization and new work. So questions of the day could be what kind of innovative technology-based products and services are changing the way we work and live? Where can we find and create it? What changes after the Corona crisis? And what is digital revolution? So as we were very successful with the new work day and week in Germany, we would like to focus to this topic during our cruise too. That means we talk about what is the concept of new work, how to create a new mindset, what are the influence on organizations and business, what are the methods, and how to create new leadership principles within JCI as well as in your business life. So after leaving Oslo, we are going further to Copenhagen.
Hello, I'm Morten and I'm the project coordinator from JCI Denmark. When we arrived to Copenhagen, we are going to look at the theme called Green Capital. Denmark is quite known for some of the big companies that have been the leaders of changing some industries. For example, Vestas, Ørsted, companies that decided to become green and start to brand themselves as green companies. Even our brewery, Carlsberg, decided to do something and be the first mover of changing how they actually use or produce beer and stuff like that and make it more green. And that's why we want to look at how to start to brand yourself as green, how to transform your business into a green business, but also how you let the community set a green standard. In Copenhagen, we also have a waste facility that is combined with a ski slope, and it's called Copenhagen Hill. And it's one of the world famous architects, Bjarke Ingels, that actually created that. And this is some of the companies and places that we want to visit.
Thank you very much, Morten. So, and the headline of the day would be Create Values and Sustainability. That means what is the new normal and what has changed, and do we need to change our activities? What are the next steps, ideas and innovation to support the SDGs? What are the current and maybe new global challenges we need to face on? What are our leadership principles and how can we provide development opportunities within JCI and in our business? And not to forget, it's our last day on board and our last night. That means, we need to be prepared for the last minutes or the last hours on board before we go back to Rostock, where we will close with a farewell brunch. So I think this is a very good and the first opportunity during a conference to say really goodbye to your new friends and maybe new partners, business partners after a conference, and not everybody is destroying everywhere. So this will be our tour through the Baltic Sea. As I mentioned before, you will, I think you will love our program, and we present the, let's say, normal JCI conference program. So everything you need to feel comfortable as a JC to be or to explore and have experience on a conference. I will go, or I will pass this a bit because it's just general, and I think with the boat atmosphere it will be extraordinary. So to be honest, the most let's say important question for us is for sure, what can we present to you that you will leave the boat and say, okay, it's not only from the venue, but also from the program, a very extraordinary program. So what do you like to see in Gothenburg, Oslo and Copenhagen and Rostock as well? What do you expect? We are really looking forward to receive your answers, ideas, needs, offers that you would like to bring something to our program. We are very we are very open for all your comments.
Thank you, Geva.
That's the program side. Thanks.
And that's posted in the comments. Every comment about the program might help us, and maybe your wish might become true next year. And I hope everybody has seen that we are going to connect, or maybe even to reconnect people and nations. And as we had the first digital European conference this year, it might become the first inter-European conference next year with 4 countries, 4 cities within 5 days and 4 nights. I'm really looking forward, and I think we've got a great team on board. So let's have some more details about our plans. So we are fully aware of the debatable, how do you say, dark side of the cruise industry, and we don't want to do any greenwashing. So we are committed to reduce our carbon footprint whenever possible. Talking about sustainability will always make an impact, even on a cruise ship. There are 2 main sides we want to state. The first is from the United Nations World Tourism Organization. So they say tourism that takes full account of its current and future economic, social and environmental impacts, addressing the needs of visitors, the industry, the environment and host communities. That's really important for us. And the second is from Dr. Monika Griefahn. She was a founding member of Greenpeace Germany and is meanwhile responsible for sustainability at Costa Group, where AIDA Cruises belongs to. And she says that AIDA is convinced that a sustainable business is a prerequisite for successfully offering cruises tomorrow. So yes, we are going on a cruise, and yes, we take care of our CO2 footprint. We are committed especially to the SDGs 3, 6, 7, 9, 12, 13 and 14, but want to have a view to all the other as well, at least within our program. So this is what is already being implemented on our cruise ship. So there are all SDGs we are looking for mentioned. So as you see, there are many role models for the entire shipping industry, and more measures are being introduced and implemented to make the fleet of AIDA cruises and the cruise fleets all over the world even cleaner. So we've got 5 days and 4 cities, and we want to try to reduce emissions whenever possible. So our cruise ship has been one of the first to be ready for onshore power. Also, the ports were not yet ready in 2007 when our ship was built or has been launched. So as a ship like ours spends about 14% of its time in port, it's really important to be connected to the shore and not to need to be powered by fuel. And most ports are or will be ready for onshore power within next year. But nevertheless, we think mindful learning might be important for our conference and might be really important for the program. So we are going to do lectures that raise the awareness on the topic of sustainability. We are going to plan guided tours showing best practice examples, open up new business horizons for a better future. And as JCI members, we want to take action to make theoretical knowledge tangible through practical experiences. So within our program, we will have several lectures about sustainability. We are going to involve to offer tours that involves imparting knowledge about climate change, as you already saw, because in nearly every city we have this theme of sustainability. And we are going to take action. That means we want to facilitate specific program points that make theoretical knowledge tangible through practical experiences. But let me go back to that later on. And that's now. Let's have a deeper view into the action we want to take during our conference to create positive change. At first, we could do local impact via cleanups. We could do some cultivation ashore, and we could think about future cruises and their sustainable efforts. That means like a global cleanup day or a local cleanup day. We could do some cleanup in the cities or even in the countries. We could plant trees or cultivate anything that reduces or compensates our CO2 footprint. And we are able to learn, or we will be able to learn about the various sustainability efforts within and outside the harbor borders. And now we will get to two very important questions. The first is, how much will it cost you? And even more important, the second one, what will you get for your money? We offer a unique all-inclusive pricing. Included are the conference fee, covering the onboard program, accommodation, 5 meals per day, and a selection of unlimited free drinks. So the earlier you book, the better your chances. We have a limited number of beds and even fewer cabins on board. So please register now. You can choose between 3 different cabin categories and stay with up to 4 persons in one cabin, or just by yourself. You can book your cabin for you and your friends right now. If you don't have cabin mates yet, we could match you up. Our pricing is different, or is in different categories. It's per person sharing a cabin with 4, 3, 2, or just by yourself, which is going to cost you more, as you see. And please don't forget, everybody is staying at the headquarters. And of course, as we are JCI, you're welcome to bring your families on board. We could not have imagined that a tiny virus could almost put the whole world to an end. But as dramatic as the corona pandemic is, it also shows what we can achieve together. The situation poses a challenge that we didn't expect. All JCI conferences have been cancelled or postponed. Cruise ships have been in port for months, and it's not yet clear when we can travel across borders again. But that's why we want to look optimistically into the future, looking forward to our next trip to meet friends from all over the world again. At this very moment, we cannot foresee how the situation will continue. We did develop backup solutions to roll out whenever necessary. But we all agree our first plan is European Conference Cruise 2021. We want to welcome our JCI friends on board for a unique conference that connects or even reconnects people and nations. To make this dream come true, we need all of you, your cooperation and support, and of course your registrations. Let's roll up our sleeves and get going. So the last days or last months, all of us would have met in Dublin. But since we are all at home instead, all in one boat, not being allowed to travel and meet personally, we still want to meet you. So we had the idea to send our suitcase on its way to connect people and nations in these times. If you want to be part of the journey of our suitcase, just write an email to shipsbell@ecc-rostock.com and it will make a stop over at your chapter. All of us together will reconnect people and nations. So please register now for setting sail with JCI Europe next year. And you could find us on www.ecc-rostock.com and of course on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. Stay tuned, stay connected, register now, and see you next year on board. Manuela, now it's up to you.
Thank you very much, Ole, and all of you for this presentation. It sounds like a fantastic event, really promising, the program. Oh, you can still share the screen, Ole, because we got some questions and I think it makes sense to see your presentation for that still.
You're welcome.
Especially, of course, the registration page. So before we continue with our part on that, I think because we got quite interesting questions in the chat from our visitors, I would say, Ruth, you start with the first question that we received in the chat on Facebook, please.
Sure, and thank you again, Ole and Geva and the team. I think it's also time for a virtual applause. It was really wonderful. Thank you. The first question we received, and please, if you have any questions, use the opportunity now. We've seen a lot of hi from different countries. Please post in the chat. Let us know you're there. Share the stream if you like others to see it, and post your question. Now is really the time. The first question we received was for the EC. Will it be possible, for example, for the EC in Rostock, will it be possible for a senator to come aboard for a day, for example, in Copenhagen, and participate in the activities? If so, under what conditions?
Yes, but you have to do a fully registration. So we don't have day passes or something like that. That won't be possible because we are restricted in time in ports. So everybody on board has to register to have a cabin. Because if we have to leave the port and some day guests might be there, that won't be possible. So yes, you're welcome on board, but you have to register fully.
Okay, great. Then we have the next one. It was actually asked before you showed the slide with the prices. So I hope it's fine for the one that asked to shorten it a bit, because I think that some of them are already answered.
So the entire pricing is on our website as well. On mobile devices, you need to scroll to the right to see the entire table, but it's completely online.
Yeah, the question is, if there is a partnership with airplane and with transfer, because the question is there or does the price include flights and transfer? If not, is there any complimentary service offered by either cruise company to include flights like I used the question part to ask to do usually when I go on a cruise? No.
The pricing is just for the cruise, for the conference, and it includes the conference fee and accommodation. But we are going to provide airport transfer from Hamburg and from Berlin. But you have to pay for it, the costs that are upcoming.
Okay, good. And the other part of the question was about the refund policies. But I think this was answered already in the really worst case that we're not able to do the cruise ship, then there is the guarantee, so you lose.
If we cannot leave port, your risk is only 100 euros. That's the costs we have for insurance and for marketing and organization and so on, and the rest will be refundable if AIDA couldn't leave port.
Good. So Ruth, what is the next question that we have?
Thank you. There have been some questions already answered live in the chat as well, so please do check. But there was a few questions about the programming, pre-programming, the famous Bavarian night, etc. Is there anything that you want to add there, Ole or Giva?
Giva, do you want?
Yes, yeah. Ich weiß. So I tried to answer parallel live so that you can see the questions later on and the answers too. So one of the questions was, is Smart City part of the program or a special topic? It's not an explicit topic during the conference, but we will include it into our headlines partnership for our future, because especially in a smart city, and I think you can see it in Copenhagen, Oslo, and Gothenburg very well how it works. It's a question, and we can have a look on it during the daytime in the harbors, and as well in our topic value and sustainability, you will find some aspects of smart city. Then there was a question, to be honest, I don't really understand. Are we having on the program only the Hansa cities or other? Hansa, okay, Hanseatic League, Hansa City. Okay, okay, now I understand. But nevertheless, maybe I don't really understand. So because we have 4 harbors, Rostock, Gothenburg, Oslo, and Copenhagen, and we do not stop anywhere else. Nevertheless, maybe during the program we have speakers or trainers or persons within the program from other harbors, but we only reach these 4 harbors. And I saw there was a question about the pre-program. Yes, there will be a pre-program, difficult to work, in Rostock. So it's during the day before you arrive and after you leave. So some small after program if you arrive very early. This is organized by the conference. I know there is a pre-tour for senators, which is organized by the senators. I think it's only the German senators. I'm not sure if there will be a European activity tour, but this is, to be honest, not part of the official program, but nevertheless, we added in our hints and overviews. And I heard that some other countries and local or national organization are thinking about organizing something like a pre-tour. Maybe you can travel from the south of Europe to the north of Europe. But yes, there will be a pre-program, difficult word. And for sure, the legendary Bavarian kickoff. I heard that there's a small organizational team in Bavaria, which is in the south of Germany. I don't know who asked this question, but it's for sure a traditional part of every European conference, and there will be a Bavarian kickoff, but to be honest, it's not really part of the official program by ECC 2021, but we are in cooperation with the Bavarian organizers. Okay, should we?
I think you answered so far the questions. We are a bit running out of time. So I think there's still the opportunity to ask questions in the chat. And as you already started to answer questions.
Camila, not only in the chat, we've got a small chat on our website, and every question stated there might be answered within at least 1 hour.
Yeah, for this, and actually, there was a German night, which I personally found very interesting to get more insights on how the ship, for example, looks like. So you can really watch this in the movie. So take the chance and go on the Facebook page of the conference cruise, the 2021. We will also share this, or the team itself, in the chat, so that you definitely don't miss this and get updates on the conference cruise there as well. And I just can say, when hearing all this, fantastic program, the ideas with the Sustainable Development Goals, the fantastic opportunity to see 4 cities, it's really a once-in-a-lifetime chance. You even don't have to take transfer from the hotel to the conference center and to the after event locations. You are just on the boat, One Europe on boat. So I think it's really something you don't want to miss. And as far as I understood, you have to book as soon as possible to have the chance to get your preferred cabin, because the ship has some limitations at some end. So when it's booked, then it's booked. I think, thank you very much, Ole and team, for preparing such a conference for us and for introducing it to us here. And then we will go over to the next event that we also have this evening. So I'll go back to the presentation and we'll continue with the next project, the JCI Euro-Asian Business Conference, that will take part online also the first time. And I'll give the word to Grigory, who is the organizer of it. No, first, sorry, we also have a video here to get an idea of what happens here. So Ruth, let us get the feeling of this event as well. Thanks. Ruth, you have to unmute yourself, please.
Hello. Do you hear me?
Yes.
Yes. Thank you, Manuel. Thank you, Ruth. My name is Grigory Gorchakov. I am COC director of first JCI Euro-Asian Business Conference and 2019 National President of JCI Russia. Today, I and Olga Haustova will tell you about the first JCI Euro-Asian Online Business Conference to be held on September 17. The main idea of our conference is to bridge the gap between leaders and entrepreneurs from Europe and Asia. During this period, while borders of countries are closed and people do not see each other, do not communicate with each other, I think JCI should be the bridge that united all of us. That's why we plan to bridge together then more 3,000 leaders and entrepreneurs from more than 40 countries in Europe and Asia at the same time in our platform. As you may know, part of territory of Russia is in Europe, part in Asia. However, it was JCI Russia that launched this project, but really amazing conference we can do only all together. That's why we offer the other national organizations to become partners and organizers of our conference. First, we're looking for famous and successful entrepreneurs from Europe and Asia to be speakers. We're looking for experts who can discuss their business idea with colleagues from other countries. And we're looking for very good business trainer who can speak on development of personal and business skills. Also within the framework of conference, competition of business projects will be held, about which Olga will tell more. For our part, we offer national organizations partnership and opportunity to talk about their projects on our platform. And if you have any questions, you can always find me on Facebook. You have always find all information in our website, jci.business. You can register right now, and I have good news that all of it is free. And please join us at jci.business. And now I want to give the floor to Olga, Conference Director of Communication.
Thank you, Grigory. My name is Olga Khalstova, and I'm Communications Director of First Euro-Asian Online Business Conference. And I will tell you about Business Leap. It is Euro-Asian Business Ideas Contest, which aims to establish and to develop partnership between entrepreneurs from Europe and Asia. Business Leap Contest main goals are to find 3 projects or ideas that are aimed at supporting and expanding cooperation and business between Europe and Asia, to develop business communications between Europe and Asia, and to stimulate international turnover of goods and services, and to provide an opportunity for entrepreneurs from JCI Europe and Asia to develop their business ideas. We plan to receive at least 100 project submissions, and we prepared the prize, and the total prize fund is 8,000 euros and a free participation in JCI World Congress in Yokohama 2020. If you have current or developing project or new business idea, you are very welcome to take part in our Business Lift Up contest. So what are the main evaluation criteria? First of all, we will evaluate if the project stimulates the development of business partnership between Europe and Asia, if it has an innovative approach, its relevance and uniqueness. We will also pay attention to the depth of idea development and if it has prototype or a finished product service. So we expect participants to register until August 25, and we'll choose the winners at First Euro-Asian Online Conference on September 17. And then we will award the winners during the JCI World Congress in Yokohama 2020. So to find more information, please visit JCI Business Lift Up, or if you have any questions, please contact me via mail or WhatsApp or Facebook. I'm a communications director of this conference. So if you have any questions, we are pleased to answer them.
Thank you very much, Grigory and Olga, for the presentation. It sounds really like a fantastic event, one that we're, are waiting for. As we also hear from our Secretary General that we like to focus more and more on the business side. It's great that you take the initiative to combine the business ideas and activities from Europe and Asia, especially because of your geography, to be on both areas. I don't know, Ruth, do we have questions in the audience yet for the two?
Not yet. So if there are any questions, we've seen the great program. I've received a question before from some of the, great keynote speakers who, if there's already some name dropping that you can do, or possibly someone that is still secret, and is there anything that you can already say or mention, anything exciting that people can look forward to at the summit? That you
what can we say? That Of course, we will have some keynote speakers, but we would love to not to name them yet because we are still negotiating. And we will have masterclass business personal skills, and we will have panel discussions. And we also plan to have something prepared for senators as well. So you'll find everything on our website a little bit later. We will upload the program itself, but now we are just communicating and with our speakers and choosing topics that might be super interesting to everybody. Plus, so it would be like like typical European conference or Asian conference. We will try to take the best of it and have it in one day and to present it online in one day. So basically, and plus the uniqueness of that is first time ever we decided to combine Europe and Asia on one platform and get acquainted entrepreneurs from Europe. Well, of course, you know each other already, but maybe there is somebody new you don't know yet, and it will be a platform to get to know each other and to communicate and maybe to start new project together. So
yeah, actually, to me it sounds. Sorry, I interrupted you, Olga.
No, I said you're very welcome. Thank you.
Ah, okay. Sorry. To me, it sounds like you have planned something really big with more than 3,000 participants from more than 40 countries. So I understood you have master classes, but maybe you'd like to explain a little bit more about the program that you have planned for this online session. It starts at probably early in the morning and finishes then in the evening, something like that. If you want to tell a little bit more about the program, how it is planned. And as Ruth just mentioned the question, there is the possibility still to have some high keynote speakers to propose them to you, right?
Yeah. Well, first of all, if you don't mind, maybe you can put the name of our, like a slide with the name of the conference. So people who just join us would understand what we are talking about. Yeah. Well, yeah, okay. Yes. So thank you for the question. It's very interesting. Well, the program will start in the morning, and we plan to have a translation interpreters, like parallel translation to French, German, and Japanese language. Also, we plan to well, I can't tell you now the whole program, like what it will be, because we're still negotiating and communicating of who will be where and what time. So I can't tell what will be in the morning, what will be in the evening. But of course, at first it will be something opening word, and then there will be keynote speakers. There will be master classes. Sometimes something at the same time, because people might be interested to something and might be interested to another thing as well. About that, we would have well, it will be the day full of surprises. So you're very welcome to join, and please go to our website, JCI Business, and you will find more information there very soon.
Okay, then thanks for this information about the program. Maybe another question about the competition. In the slide, you say if you're working on new ideas, then you can bring them in. Do you have also a specific target group? So do you need to be an entrepreneur? Do you have to have your own organization, or can you be also an employed person? And is it addressed to JCI members? So it's people under 40, or can those people that sent in their project and business idea also be older than 40?
Well, I think that we don't set such limits. We don't expect only companies, or it can be anybody. We are looking for very interesting new ideas and projects that can combine. The main goal is to combine Europe and Asia, to create communication and develop a business communication. So the idea, well, as I mentioned, the criteria, you can go back to the slide with criteria. We are looking how we're going to evaluate. We are looking if the project stimulates the development of business partnership between Europe and Asia, and if it has innovative approach, and if it's unique somehow. So that would be the main criteria, and I think age doesn't matter, and if you are employed or if you have a company, it also doesn't matter for us.
Okay, then thank you very much. Ruth, is there a final question for this topic?
Yeah, maybe as a final question, what's your goal, Olga? The question was, what's your goal of how many people you would like to have there? And for the online part, have you decided on the tool that you're going to use, if you could share that? And maybe your final words, because then we'll just have a final summary. And I know we only have 5 more minutes of the precious time of everyone. So just those questions and your final words, please.
Well, I would like to invite everybody again to our first Euro-Asian online business conference, and to remind you that current events in the world are forcing people in all countries to look for new ways to communicate and develop their business. And maybe our first Euro-Asian online conference will be the key for you to develop your business idea, or to find some solutions, or to discuss within networking sessions, or to find your business partner maybe as well. So we are hope to see all of you on September 17 on our first Euro-Asian Business Online Conference. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And lots of success with this first event. I think we should try it out, and really everyone should just join who is in that area active and interested. So I think it was that from our side regarding the 2 events. And Ruth, I know that you have an outlook. So I will give the word to you. And again, thanks to both teams for taking this the time and this opportunity to present your events, and we really are looking forward to both of it and to take part there. Ruth.
Thank you. Yes, I think it was a very exciting session, and we especially want to thank all of our speakers that took the time today to be with us also here in the Zoom session. We know it's been overwhelming these past 2 weeks with the whole online conference, and especially for them also organizing the digital German night and everything. So a big thank you to them. We wanted to host this JCI Europe live session as in kind of the takeover to next year's European conference. We thought it's exciting to learn more. And as you've seen, there's already so much planned for it. So please visit their website. There were a few more questions in the chat, so we'll be answering them in the chat by the team. And then we very much look forward to our next JCI Europe Live, which will actually be happening in July, at the end of July. So it's always the last Monday of July, and that would be Monday, July 27th for July. And it will be a special session because we will have all of our VPs joining. Since they didn't get to give a lot of their reports and updates on activities, they'll be joining JCI Europe Live in July, as well as the Equality and Diversity Task Force. head by the chair Svava, will join us. You've probably seen a lot of their webinars. They're doing great activities. They also didn't have a chance to present their report, so it will be a really, really great session, July 27th, VP and Equality and Diversity Task Force. Please do join us. You see all of us now on the video. We were so excited to have even this Monday evening with all of you. And I would say we sent very many big greetings to all of you watching live on Facebook. Thank you for being a part of it. Thank you for joining us. And we do hope to see you very, very soon again at one of the JCI events in real life at ECC 2021, correct, Ole? And also JCI Business, hashtag Gregory and Olga. Please use them, please join us, and have a wonderful Monday night. Greetings to everyone.